One of the most criticized phones ever is the Samsung Galaxy Note 20. The Note branding was always seen as the best Samsung has to offer. Sadly, they didn't do that with the Note 20. When I first got this phone, I hated it. But after using it for a long time, I started to actually like it. Sure, it has some compromises, but the Note 20 is still a good device. This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 in 2022. When it comes to the build quality, the Note 20 doesn't feel premium at all, at least to me. That's because it has a plastic back, and I am used to a lot of glass back phones, so I can feel the difference in build quality. If you are a person that doesn't care if your phone is made of plastic, then this won't be an issue for you. The sides on the other hand feel premium, since they are made of aluminum. On the front, the Note 20 is flat, which is good in my opinion, but the camera cutout is slightly bigger than other Samsung phones. It is, however, a very durable device when it comes to drops, but it scratches easier. It is also IP68 water and dust resistant. One of the reasons why this device is hated is the display. The Note 20 has a 6.7-inch 1080p dynamic AMOLED display, with only a 60Hz refresh rate. Like most of the people, I am okay with the resolution, since many Samsung flagships have a 1080p display nowadays. I do however hate the fact that it misses the 120Hz refresh rate, especially since the S20 FE has it. Besides the 120Hz, the display is actually good. It is sharp enough with vibrant colors and it gets very bright. Everything is overshadowed however because it lacks the high refresh rate. If you never owned a 120Hz smartphone, then the display of this device will be very good for you. My Note 20 runs perfectly Android 11, and it will soon be updated with Android 12. The software experience with this device has been great for me. I never experienced any lag. Scrolling through the software, however, doesn't feel as smooth since it lacks the 120Hz. The global Note 20 has the Exynos 990 chip, while the US version has the Snapdragon 865 Plus. I have the Exynos model and performance is good but not great. It can do everyday tasks easily, and even heavy games, but I've noticed that when playing games for a long time it gets too hot. This isn't a deal breaker however, since most of the people aren't heavy users like me. It has 8GB of RAM and it has been more than enough for me. In some countries the base storage of this device is 128GB, while some other countries get the 256GB model. The worst part is that it doesn't even support a microSD card. When it comes to the cameras, the Note 20 does an amazing job. The cameras on this device are great even in 2022. It has a 12-megapixel main camera, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 64-megapixel telephoto camera with a 3x hybrid zoom. Pictures taken with the main camera are just what you'd expect from Samsung, sharp with vibrant colors. The ultra-wide camera on the other hand is a little bit more muted, but I like it a lot, and it has proven very reliable to me. The 3x zoom camera isn't as good as the others, since it has only a 1.1x optical zoom magnification, and the rest is hybrid, but still I would say it is more than enough for a telephoto camera. You can also use the 64-megapixel mode to take incredibly detailed pictures, but the dynamic range is weaker. All of its rear cameras support night mode, and the results are very good even in low light. The main camera especially is so optimized that it can even be compared with the S21 Ultra. On the front it has a 10-megapixel camera, and just like the rear cameras, it too is very reliable. The selfie camera takes detailed pictures with great dynamic range. It does also support night mode, and the results are good too. The Note 20 can shoot videos up to 8K, but for the best results you have to stick at 4K. Videos taken at 4K are very sharp with amazing stabilization. Even though for videos I would say iPhones are still ahead. I would like to show you some samples I've taken with this device. The Samsung Galaxy Note 20 has stereo speakers tuned by AKG. The speakers on this device are amazing. They can get very loud and clear. Not everything is great, however, because it doesn't have a headphone jack. But this shouldn't be a deal breaker anymore, because even mid-rangers are now losing this feature. The Note 20 has a 4300 mAh battery, and the battery life on this phone is good but not great. I have been using it for more than a year, and naturally the battery has degraded, but I would say it is still acceptable. If you are a light or a medium user, then this phone can maybe get you through a day with a single charge. Heavy users, however, will have to charge it more than once a day. It does support 25 watts of charging, which for me isn't as quick in 2022. But keep in mind that this device was released in 2020. It does also support wireless charging and wireless power share. The most distinctive feature of the Note 20 is still the S Pen. Alongside with the Note 20 Ultra, the S Pen on this device is the best on any Note. This S Pen does also have Bluetooth features, so it is way more capable than the one for the S21 Ultra. It doesn't, however, have the lowest latency, because the display is only 60 Hz. The main feature for security on the Note 20 is the ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner. During my usage, this scanner has always been very reliable to me. A face scanner is also present here, and it too is very fast and reliable. Of course, if you don't want to use them, you have always an option for a PIN or a password. So is the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 worth in 2022? Honestly, no, it isn't. The problem with this device is the name. Because it carries the Note name, its price hasn't fallen a lot, and where I live it still costs more than $600. For that price, I don't think it is worth buying a plastic device with a 60Hz refresh rate, especially since you can find the S20 Plus and the S20 FE for a cheaper price. I would be okay for a device to have a plastic back and a 60Hz display if it wasn't a Note, but this series has always been the best from Samsung. The most I would pay for this phone in 2022 is maybe $500. This isn't a bad phone, it's just the weight of its branding is too much for the compromises it has. If you are an owner of this device, let me know your experience in the comment section below.